Tonight we're reviewing the 2019 Irish horror film, The Hole in the Ground. My name is John, this is the Horror Miner. Before we dive into the review of this film, here's where you can see it. I caught this one on the almighty Tubi, but you can see it at any of these other spots. Alright, The Hole in the Ground. This is the latest addition to a subgenre of horror that I'm going to create here with you guys. We're going to call this the C.L.B. subgenre of horror.
C.L.B. Creepy little bastard.
That's right. The creepy little bastards. The first one that comes to mind was The Omen. Damien was a creepy little bastard. Let me know what some of your favorite C.L.B. subgenre horror films. And now let's talk about this movie. So the plot of this one is the mother and her son here, the C.L.B. you see in the poster, they decide that they're relocating out into this nice country manor. And one day while walking in the woods, she sees a hole in the ground. Now, when I started watching this movie, I was thinking there's going to be a hole in the ground. But the hole in the ground in this movie is a goddamn sarlacc pit. Bigger than the sarlacc pit. It's this giant thing. So in my research, I've learned that this is a film, much like the movie I reviewed a while back called Goodnight Mommy. You definitely should have seen that one if you haven't already. Go back and watch that review. But this was one that deals with a real-life condition called Capgras Syndrome, which is where, just like in that movie, a person thinks that someone that's close to them has been replaced with something maybe that's not human, and they act just a little bit uncanny valley-ish weird. This one, apparently being an Irish film, is based a lot off of the changeling lore, and the hole in the ground is kind of like a fairy gate kind of thing where these things come from. So the story goes, one day the kid just kind of gets out of mom's sight. He's not gone for long, and then he kind of comes back up, and slowly we start to see this. You've seen this in other films before. This is an A24 movie, so it's made very well, obviously. Very well acted, very well shot. The whole thing is really nice. It has a couple of moments in here, which is one of my pet peeves in horror, where the horror occurs during like a dream sequence or like a hallucination. I hate that shit. But it's minimal in here, so it didn't really take me away from it. And then progressively over the film, we start to kind of get, the mom gets told that that's not your kid, and she starts to kind of pay attention to him, and there's some, weird shit that's going on. I like the way that this film ended. There was some stuff that didn't make a whole lot of sense, but it really, again, didn't take away from the movie, but it worked at the very end of it. Grade-wise, I'm not going to spoil anything with this one, but grade-wise, I'm going to give it I'll say a 7.5 out of 10. I think it was that good. It's definitely something I'd recommend that you watch. The concept, again, this Capgras Syndrome, changeling mythos thing, is something we've seen. It's something that I've talked about in a few films that I've reviewed already. But it's done uniquely enough in this where it doesn't feel like, oh God, I've seen this shit before, So it's definitely something worth watching. But that's all I'm saying about The Hole in the Ground. Until next time, stay weird. I appreciate you guys watching me. And again, tell me your favorite C.L.B. horror movies of all time. I look forward to checking them out in the comments. See you guys tomorrow for another film review.